Roxanne Campbell. I am a singer, songwriter, poet, artist, chauffeur, gopher, and grunt. When I was born, first 3 days of my life, my mom and I were left at the hospital because I was born a girl. I had the wrong thing between my legs, damn it. And, you know, in some ways, you could say that I had an idyllic childhood. We had horses, and got to go to fancy restaurants, we had nice clothes and everything. We lived in the richest town in Canada. We were sort of like the upper middle class. But when the doors closed, it was completely different. Our father was an alcoholic. He was a narcissist. If he said that this was white, it was white, and you did not question him, no matter what he said, because that was white. It wasn't black. It didn't matter what the rest of the world said. He was right and I was wrong. And I did what I was told, when I was told, how I was told. And if I didn't, I'd get a bullwhip across the ass, or a steel-toed cowboy boot, you know, with the toe caps, and the hollow and arse. If I was too little to do something and messed it up the first time, I'd be publicly humiliated for weeks at a time. It was funny because, in a way, we had a weird family. We all lived in the same house, but I wasn't home. I had 2 sisters, but Mom raised them, Dad raised me. I was his. Everything started to fall apart when I was 12, completely and utterly. He had me performing. I was a horseback rider. I was going for junior Canadian grand champion. And, of course, it interfered with other family things, so I was segregated from the rest of the family. I had always been a different child. I still have school report cards that said I was a sensitive child. I was kicked on from grade 1 to halfway through grade 7, brutally. Bruises and everything. I came home almost every day crying. And halfway through grade 7, I beat the shit out of the youngest guy in school. It took 6 guys who took him to the washroom. I was very fortunate because at that time I was in grade 7 and I had 2 fantastic teachers. Not people who just put us through the mill, but who cared and taught. One was Mr. Carpenter. 1 year he came to school with hair down to here, another year he came to school with long Fu Manchu mustache. The school he was at before he drove a Volkswagen Beetle up to the 2nd floor. To this day, as far as I know, he still has a band. When the boys brought the fella I filled in back, I'd already segregated myself from the rest of the class. My desk was right by the door. Easiest, quick escape. Everybody else was still in the lines, you know, where they belonged. After I beat him up, I had to go out and cry, otherwise I would have killed him. I had 12 years pent up inside me of everybody picking on me and being mean to me and putting me down, and I wasn't good enough no matter what it was. And I had had enough, and other child, he turned his back on me, and I saw red. And the next thing I knew, I had to leave because I was going to kill him. And I went out and I bawled my eyes out. When I came back in the class, I just slipped in quietly through the door, sat in my seat. And Mr. Carpenter had this podium he used to stand at. And he looked at me and he says, everybody was called by their last name back in those days. He says, "Flat, where were you?" I said, "I was out front, sir. Sorry." So he went on with the class, and a few minutes later, all these boys brought this young man in, and they sat down, and he goes, "Johnson, where were you?" He says, "Flat punched me in the nose." He looked at me, he says, "Is this true, Roxanne?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he banged his hand on that podium, and he said, "Good for you, Flat. It's about bloody time you stuck up for yourself." Somebody was in my corner. It was like, whoa. And it was at that same time that our principal got removed because he was an alcoholic. And my homeroom teacher was moved up, and we got a new homeroom teacher. She came from General Wolf, which was a trade school in Oakville. And she was used to working with children who were different. I'm a twin spirit. I think she recognized that, because I hated the fact that in grade 7 I had to go to home ec, because I didn't want to do that. I'd rather muck out the barn. And I want to do what the boys do, look under the hoods of the cars and, get dirty and all that stuff. And she fought with me. And when we came back after Christmas in grade 8, I was the very first student in all of Oakville to take shop. My mother, she undermined it, of course, when I got to high school, because I could take typing in French or shop. So 2 years of fighting was nixed by Mom. I think that's why I never bothered going to high school. But, 22 years later I went back. But Mrs. Crystal, she taught one of her classes was English, and we studied poetry. We studied Simon and Garfunkel. And it's amazing how things will eventually come around even if you don't think they mean anything. I started writing poetry at 12. It was my escape. It was my vent. It was my having my voice. And it was something that I didn't have to share with the world, to be put up in front to be taunted and put down and everything else, and told I was stupid and worthless and dumb as a brick. And so I started writing poetry. By the time I left home at 16, I tried leaving home the day I turned 16, and my mom wouldn't let me. So I stayed out all the next night, and then she kicked me out the next morning. And at 18, when I first became 18, I came across some of my poems, because I'd been moving around homeless, and, it was a grand adventure when it was, blah, blah, blah. And so I took what few poems I had left, and I put them in this book. It's called Roses for You. And in a way you could say it's sort of like a diary. And I put in it, things that I found out was the front of a note card. Thought it was pretty. I thought, after I assembled it, I thought, and I've had it 2 years, God knows, but I thought, well, it needs something. So I wrote this. Reflections of a life, a mirror makes it clear, shining from face to face, pain, sorrow, happiness, and fear. Reflections of a life, mirrored for the world. All the things that come undone are mended with a word. I never did write the word in, but the word's love. And that began over the years. I actually won when I was in my 20s, my mid-late 20s. The World of Poetry has a hardcover book, and they had contests, and I got several honorable mentions, and I got a golden and a silver poet award, and I'm in hardcover. And one of the interesting things, like I said earlier, I'm a singer-songwriter. When I first came to Hamilton in 2010, I found myself immersed in the music, in the community. And I sort of got thrust out from it, because I was having in the back, just plummeting. And I remembered what my grade 7 teacher had taught us, that music is just poetry set to music. Oh, hell, I'm a 3-chord virtuoso, so I can fake guitar with the best of them. So, and in my mind, over the years, I had put music, I'm thinking, I put music to some of them. When I came here, they have that film thing, and it's like 24 hours or something like that to get a film together, design, and it goes in the film festival, and then it goes to Toronto and all over the place. And I'm in it with my song. This is a song I wrote or a poem when I was 14, and I put it to music for years in my own head, and it finally came out in 2010. It's a long, long time ago. Oh, wait. Long, long time ago. Oh, Lord. Hang on a second here. Long time ago, I'm not going to sing it, but a long, long time ago, once upon a time, grass was somehow greener and sunny days were mine. Rivers ran freely. Okay, I got it now. Long, long time ago, once upon a time, grass was somehow greener and sunny days were mine. Rivers ran freely while birds sang aloud, and only you could find me. I had reason to be proud. Full-grown fields of grass, seeming never-ending, soft breezes coming silently, trees ever bending. A long, long time ago, once upon a time, grass was somehow greener, though you were never mine. Though you were never mine. That's on the film called Snake. And it also won honorable mention at the World Poetry back in 1984. Like I said, I left home when I was 16. Excuse me. I left home with 3 boxes of kids' stuff. When you're 16, what do you have? You know, little mementos. Oh, the cigarette he gave me when I was 12. And so anyways, there I was. And I thought, okay. And I wrote this. Leaving home. I don't know where I'm going, though I have a place to stay. I know why I'm going. There's got to be a better way. I'm not afraid of what is there, though somehow it is alien. Instead of coming home to class, I've got to build it slow. I'm not aware I know, though it won't take long to learn. If only I could say, oh no, not I. But I know it will be. And it was. When you got grade 8, and you spent most of your life on a farm with horses, and you're in the city, like, what the hell do you know, right? And I was never allowed to think for myself when I was younger. Even like I'd be at a horse show and someone would say, hey Roxanne, you coming to the show next week? And I said, look at Daddy. Was I going or not? Was I allowed to go? Was I good enough to go? And I read something years ago by this one lady, and she said, you know, when we're talking to our children, we'll say, think for yourself. Listen to me. Think for yourself. Listen to me. Think for yourself. Are you listening to me? I didn't know how to think for myself. So, I caught my father trying to kill my mom, strangling her in her sleep when I was 12. And he disowned me. For 36 years, I wasn't allowed to hear my table. And for that, I got disowned. 36 years. And at 16, I'd already had 3 years of not being wanted by anybody, it seemed. I know my mom tried, but my whole life, Dad told me how stupid she was. In grade 1, we were doing a project on birds. And Mom was busy making dinner, and she says, go ask your father. And Dad's answer was, well, go ask your mom. She's a bird brain. So I went to school the next day. And when the teacher was asking about birds and stuff, I put my hand up. I said, I know all about birds because my mom's a bird brain. Over the years, through neglect, abuse, mental, emotional, physical, sexual, I learned to have a voice. Inside each and every one of us is the child we were. with a whole bunch of societal shit piled on top. In a way, yes, I know we have to have guidelines to be in society, but especially, like, I'm almost 60. We were stifled, not like the young people nowadays who can speak up. And I'm glad you all are, because we weren't allowed. When I was coming of age, my mom told me that I couldn't go out after dark. I couldn't wear my skirt above my knee. I couldn't show any cleavage, not that I have any. But, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. And there was a whole list of things. And, like, I mean, because Dad had raised me, I've been a boy my whole life. You know? And it's like, well, why not? Thank God. I of course, would get beat down. This is because why? But I always, why not? And it was that little 5-year-old girl inside me that's all through life has gone, why not? Well, that little girl learned to speak. Let your little girl or your little boy come out. Because they're still there, all we are, as an adult. It's been proven who we are from birth to 5. That's who we are, yeah. We experiment, and do all sorts of stupid things in our teens and stuff. I was drunk from 12 until I was almost 19. Not to mention I was stoned on anything and everything. PCP, acid, NDA, you name it. Some of them go, here, take this. Okay, what did I just take? By the time I was 18, almost 19 on Young Street, and I was a princess, okay? I was a princess. I had no man. We just used to drink together and do all the rounds while he did his business. And I was a trophy, I guess, back then. The original Vanna White. And I saw what my eyes were open, and I saw what everybody else was going through. And at one point I decided I didn't want that. I didn't want to stay drunk the rest of my life. I've been drunk for, actually over 6 years, but maybe 6 years. I remember once, I had the DTs. It's the only time I've ever seen something. Of all the drugs I did, it's the only time when I was coming down on booze that I saw shit. I was freaky. But I decided I didn't want that. I wanted to have a home and a family. And so I left Toronto, and I went and I got myself a job, and I worked real hard. I built my palaces, only to have addiction of other people pull it out from under my feet. When I left my husband, he was drinking $40 to $80 in booze a day. And that wasn't including the coke he was putting up his nose. We lost the business, we lost the house. He beat me up Christmas Eve for 2.5 hours in front of the children. The cops refused to charge him and took him away on an unpaid parking ticket. I'm very blessed though, because the next morning this one cop showed up, and he didn't have to. We had just opened the gifts. I tried to make things as normal as possible. And he says, Mrs. Campbell, your husband just got released 10 minutes ago. Is there someplace you'd like to be? I grabbed some garbage bags, and I had 3 bags of clothes. And the 2 children, he had taken the car. So I got the cops dropped me off at my mom's, which we were supposed to go, it's sort of tradition to go to Mom's Christmas Day. We phoned the Yellow Brick House, which was the closest women's shelter. And they didn't have room for us. Christmas Day, it was full to capacity with women and children. They said phone the next day. I phoned. They still didn't have room, but they had built on a new addition. And my son Travis and I, we took the paint cans out and we set the beds up. And then we opened the new wing at the Yellow Brick House. They told me I had they said that I had 6 weeks to be there and get my life on track. And I thought, no, I I still have a family and children to look after. I still have a life to live. So within 7 days, I had arranged a house, a phone. And between my mom and her friends and my girlfriend and her friends, they lent me everything from cutlery to curtains. And in 7 days, I set up a home close to where my son was going to school, and everything was as normal as possible, and I haven't looked back. I find, when I was 18, I went to a counselor because they didn't believe that I was part of the same genetic pool as my family, because I'm that much different. And she told me, she says, try when you're a child if you're lucky. You have a parent that looks after you and loves you. After that, you're on your own. And she was right. And I've done it on my own. No support, no help. The odd time, I would have somebody come and give me a little assistance, of which I was grateful for. And yes, people say I'm a strong person, but ask my sisters. The biggest freaking marshmallow you ever met. But you know what? Life's like a walkathon. You keep on putting one foot in front of the other. And you know, we start off, dancing around and stuff. And after a while, it's like, well, you know, toward the end, you're like, oh my God, what did I do this for? I don't know how to do this. I'm never doing this again. And then you finish and you go, well, look what I did. Well, that's what life is all about. Keep on putting one foot in front of the other. There's a song. I don't know who wrote it or how it goes, but and part of it goes, see my shirt, see my bra underneath my shirt, see my legs underneath my skirt. It's the human condition that keeps us apart. Everybody's got a story that'll break your heart, and it's true. But we're all put on this earth for a reason, and that's to help one another, to shine our light. I was always the wallpaper. And life pushed me out front. I didn't want to, but it did, because I was always used to doing as I was told I did. I stood up there. I'll just finish with this. And a number of years ago, I had a native friend. I used to take her up to the reserve for smokes and lunch. She was a beautiful woman. And she gave me this great big purse with gold and shinies and everything else on it. And I said, oh, I really won't use that. I don't, you know, because it would draw attention to me. She said, honey, never be afraid to show your glitter. So I'm shining. See me? Thank you.
Thanks, Roxanne.